How's it going, guys? It is January the 8th, the year of our Lord 2025. And, excuse me, a lot of people are talking about this year being the beginning of God changing things. And it is. He is changing things. In something that was said today, I don't remember who said it. I've watched so many things this afternoon at work. I'm going to honestly tell you, I don't remember where I heard this from. But someone said that God's going to put a fire in you this year, and for you to nurse that fire into doing what it is He wants you to do. I encourage that, because this year is going to be the beginning of the year, the beginning time of a break from everything that's been going on. Now, there is going to be a period of time, we're going to have this break, and then the one world government will be coming back a lot stronger and harder than what they are now. God says it's not their time right now. So, we need to take this time and we need to prepare for what's coming. You need to get on the same page of what's going on and start keeping a close ear to the ground. And stay with the people you're following. This is what I'm going to say. Trump is starting out with the people he thinks is correct. What's going to end up happening is God is going to correct Trump, and Trump's going to correct what's going on. So some of the people that they have in line for all these positions, they sound great on paper. Are they the right people for the position? Probably not. God will put the right people there. He will go through and straighten all this out. It's going to take a little time, but God will straighten it out and get the proper people where they need to be. There is a lot of legislation that they've got to go through and detangle, and there's a lot of red tape that's been thrown up. They've tried to put a lot of fires. They got a lot of fires to put out for a lot of stuff. So it's going to take, it's not going to be January 2021 and immediately everything has changed. It's not going to happen that quick. So just bear with the time. Things will slowly start getting better in February, March, because when Trump lets that, removes that fracking restriction that Biden has put on, your gas is going to go down, your light bills are going to go down, all your energy bills are going to go down. When they start straightening things out with the food, prices are going to go down. We'll get back to some sort of normalcy in that area. But what you need to understand is this is the start of a change, that we're not going back to the way things were. What do I mean? We are not going to be on a credit system. I hope you guys have noticed this, because banks have actually started, I imagine in the next 2 weeks, banks are fixing to start boarding up. There's going to be a lot of banks that are not going to be open anymore. Because it was all based around credit. A lot of the millionaires and billionaires that we have right now learned how to manipulate the bank system, and that's how they got their millions. That's not the way this is going to be from here on out. And a lot of those billionaires are going to be homeless. They're going to be in the streets because they don't own what they have. You may think they do, but you can't own something with credit. Now, I understand, technically speaking, when you deposit your check into your bank account, they're not holding your money. Technically, they convert your money into digits in a system. So there's a lot of shenanigans going on in that system. There's a lot of fraud going on in that system. They are stealing from us left and right, nonstop, ever since you put a paycheck in your account. So that is coming to an end. Banking is going to actually be banking instead of this complicated mind game that they've been doing. So things are going to they're going to change, and it's going to be a big change for everybody, and they're not going to be ready for it. People are going to be confused, people are going to be lost, people are going to be not sure how to go forward. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I have heard several times that there is going to be financial advisors that the government has contracted out, I guess, that is supposed to get a hold of you, and you guys talk, and they help you with your finances of where to invest, where not to invest, what you need cash-wise, stuff like that. What's your goals in life? Where do you want to be in 5 years? They will help you figure that stuff out. So the poor people that have never had this is going to be a new experience. I've never had a financial advisor talk to me at all. I don't know anything about it. That's the reason I haven't invested in anything. So this is going to be a new thing. And from the sounds of it, it's going to be free to everybody at some point. And this way, everybody can figure out how they want to handle things. Now, our future, Trump has been saying this is the beginning of the golden age. This is going to be a triumph of things are going to change drastically, and it's going to be for the better. So, what my advice to you guys is right now is before it can get better, it's going to get worse. So, settle in for a bumpy ride. From the sounds of it, there is supposed to be another attempt on Trump's life. I don't know details. I just know that there has already been talk of another attempt. So, and it may be at his rally the 19th. I don't know. And some people are saying it's going to be during the inauguration. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on. But I do know that this movie is coming to a end, and it's going to be the end before July. We should know a lot of what's going on by July of this year, 2025. So, or by the end of July, should I say. So, buckle in, go along for the ride. There's going to be some scary parts. There's going to be some stuff that happens that you think you're going to have to comply with. Do not comply with it. God will protect you as long as you believe in God. Don't fall for their antics. They're already trying to start lockdowns and shutdowns and mask mandates and shit like that in, I think it's California. And people are not complying with it. Apparently it's the bird flu or something like that. There's already been, they tried it with monkeypox, it didn't work. They've tried it with another strand of, I think it's strand X of COVID. It didn't work. There was an interesting, wow, I can't even talk today. An interesting, Jesus, help me now. There was a fact put out today, and I think it was over the injections, is what I'll say about it. Starts with a C, injections, and I think those have been related to, I think, 30,000 deaths in the past 2 years. So, there's talks of a West Nile virus vaccine coming out. And here's the problem that a lot of people aren't understanding. All these vaccines is nothing but a cash grab for pharmaceutical. That is all it is. They don't even know if this stuff works or not. Just like with the C vaccines. They didn't know if it would work or not. People have died from this. I would say there's big problems coming in that direction for pharma. So, and if this video gets struck down or whatever, I'll remake it, not a big deal. But it's a shame you can't speak your mind on a platform nowadays and tell people the truth, because everybody else is wanting to do misinformation. It's amazing how that works. Because the misinformation is what they're saying is the truth. It's amazing how that works, right, guys? But we've gotten accustomed to being told lies. It's about time we start being told the truth. And I think God has put it out there that He's tired of the lies too. And the truth is coming out, whether they want it to or not. And YouTube is, from the sounds of it, going to be in a lot of trouble for striking people down and stuff like that because they didn't go along with YouTube's narratives. So this video is as much for YouTube as everybody else. So but I think it's going to be a big problem here in the near future, where YouTube is fixing to get sued from a lot of people for constitutional violations. And they can say they're acting inside the Constitution. They're not, because unless you are promoting violence or causing forth an action to initiate violence, they can't restrict your speech, but yet they love doing it. There's a handful of words that the Supreme Court says you can't use that can initiate violence. And yeah, we've all thrown those out the window. If anybody says anything somebody doesn't like, we just, instead of sucking it up like adults, we act like 5-year-old children throwing a tantrum. That's amazing. We censor, we shut everybody down because you don't like what they say, things like that. I just, they're going to have a problem. And I really don't care if they like what I say or not about this. But justice is coming. It's a little slow. It may take 20 years for a gear to turn on justice. That's not what God intended. But justice is coming, and it's fixing to get sped up a little bit, from what I'm understanding. It's a big problem that we can't speak our truths from our point of views, and I think we're going to get there before the end of the year. But as of right now, because I think it was even posted that Zuckerberg, that owns YouTube, took money from pharma to discredit anybody and remove them if they spoke against vaccines. So, yeah, they did it for money. They don't care about the truth. They just, you didn't go along with the narrative, so therefore you got silenced over money. Here's my question. How much money is enough for you to live? How much? Is it worth you betraying all your antics and loyalties? Some people it is, because that's all they care about is money. I will never betray my family, my country, for money. And there's hardly anybody out there that would probably do the same. In a corporation, because that's all they're worried about. A lot of corporations doesn't care if they steal your house, put you out on the streets homeless. You're not their responsibility. What would happen if we made it their responsibility? don't know if you guys remembered this, but what was it, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? The pipeline, the oil pipeline, was trying to go through a reservation and through a watering place that would provide fresh water to the natives, and the pipeline turned around and just built right through it, and they put up a protest against it, and I guess the oil company won. So it doesn't matter about families anymore. All that matters is about money. Where have our morals gone? Where has the morals gone for us? The mighty dollar rules everything. Why? I wish that there was consequences for big corporations that did stuff like this. The people that don't care about the little people, stomp on them to get what they want to go forward, and there should be consequences for that. But there's unfortunately there's no consequences for that type of stuff nowadays. It's okay to crush the small guy, and so everybody else can do things to make them richer. Greed is a horrible thing. But anyway, sorry for the rant, guys. You guys have a good night. Be safe. And remember, God loves you. God bless you guys. And remember to pray.